How do you sort out the so-called jargon from real-world practices that work? Do the members of your organization find some business or technology advice utterly confusing? Welcome to Real Talk with Sam Holcman. In this program, we set the record straight, and in terms that business people and technology people can understand. Now, here is your host, Sam Holcman.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. I'm Sam Holcman. Thanks for joining me. And today's broadcast is about 4 words and their variations. So the words are, and again, there's variations for each one of these: causing, contributing, correlating, or coincidence. Or you can say causation, contributing, correlation, or coincidence. Why are these words important? Well, it turns out that especially in the age of artificial intelligence, when we see something or when we're put a response in or a question and a response comes back, we don't know if it's because of the type of question we asked and the way we asked it. And within that, what was the relationships that are going on? So, for example, one study that we've been following, and we'll see how this goes as over the next, few months or so, there is a study that is looking at the increase in cyber attacks and the increase in the use of agile programming techniques or something like that. In other words, writing more and more code, writing more and more code, writing more and more code. And of course, right now with some of these artificial intelligence machines, processes, writing code, this could be even a greater question for us. So, just one example of the many that you can use. So let's think about that. And let's use these 4 words just for this example. And of course, there's many other examples you can use as to saying, here's A and here's B. And is it one of those 4 things? So here's A and here's B. Okay. If there's storm clouds coming, all right, what is the chance of rain? And if the rain does occur, was that the A, B, C, or D? Same thing. So there's lots and lots of things in the real physical world that we got to think about, but yet we see something in technology or on the internet or through an AI engine. We don't think about those 4 words. So let's come back to those 4 words and the example of cyber attacks increasing and the amount of lines of code out there increasing. And in the world of science and scientific things like that, and I don't want to attribute this phrase to science, but the term that's used is hypotheses. So there's 4 types of hypotheses possibly. So there is causation. So let's use that word for just a moment. Causation. The increase in agile programming has caused an increase in cyber attacks. That is one possible statement, and of course that would have to be verified. Not just a statement, but somebody has to verify that. Now, a second phrase that I talked about, and I'll use that now, is the increase in the number of lines of code from agile programming is contributing to the increase in the amount of cyber attacks. So now we're using the word contributing. The third one is correlating. There's a correlation between the increase in agile programming and an increase in cyber attacks. And of course, the fourth one is what? Coincidence. You know what? Two things are going on, A and B. There's increase in agile programming. There's increase in cyber attacks. And it's just coincidence that they're following the same path. So think about this when you're looking at things and seeing when you see something or when you hear something, is there A, B, C, or D, 1, 2, 3, or 4, that is provided to you so that you can make a judgment as to which one of these it is. This is kind of important now, especially in the age of AI. Once again, causation, contributing, correlation, or coincidence. Some food for thought for today. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for tuning into Real Talk. Be sure to join your host, Sam Holcman, again for another edition of our program. We'll have more real topics of discussion then.